Manhattan City Commissioners are set to meet tonight for the first time in 2 weeks and will discuss a new mixed-use building planned for the site of the Downtown Commerce Bank building. Hutton Development is planning to buy the bank branch at 727 Points Avenue, tear it down, and then build a new building that includes retail space on the ground floor and residential space on the floors above. Hutton will present details of the project and financial requests to the commission. City officials said part of the request includes a 10-year property tax abatement in addition to a sales tax exemption on construction materials, which is estimated to be a $549,000 benefit. The developer is also requesting that the city pay half of the costs associated with public street improvements on Points, which are estimated at $325,000. Commissioners are also set to hear a financial update on the city's 2022 audit, in addition to visit Manhattan's third quarter update. The meeting tonight gets underway at 6 p.m. inside City Hall. A Junction City man was arrested by the Kansas Highway Patrol Sunday on a slew of charges. Jermaine Johnson, 48, was arrested just before 8 a.m. on K-18 on charges of aggravated battery on a law enforcement officer by causing great bodily harm to a state, county, or city officer on duty, interference with law enforcement by obstructing, resisting, or opposing a felony warrant service or execution, battery on a law enforcement officer by physical contact, driving with a suspended or expired license, and exceeding the maximum speed limit. He was transported to the Riley County Jail following his arrest. He remains confined in the jail on a bond of $100,000 at the time of this report. With just 2 years remaining on Kansas Governor Laura Kelly's second and final term in office, the governor is looking to accomplish several things before her term concludes in 2027. In a discussion on K-Man's Within Reason with Mike Mattson Monday, Kelly said her main focus was continuing the progress her administration has made.
I think what I want to do, first of all, is to maintain the progress that we have made. We have fully funded our schools for the last 6 years. I want to make sure that we continue to do that going forward. We have balanced our budget and have the largest budget surplus in state history. I don't necessarily think we need to keep the largest budget surplus forever.
Kelly then pointed to Medicaid expansion, an item of political gridlock since she was first inaugurated in 2019.
I need to get Medicaid expanded. It is absolutely absurd that the legislature has not passed Medicaid expansion, though I've given them 6 opportunities to do so. They will get another. We will get that done before I'm out of here.
Kelly criticized the leadership in the Kansas legislature for their inaction on Medicaid expansion and said that it shouldn't be a partisan issue since it's supported by nearly 80% of Kansans. Fentanyl-related deaths amongst children are on the rise in Kansas, according to officials. The State Child Death Review Board released its annual report, revealing what officials said was a, quote, troubling rise in drug-related deaths amongst Kansas children aged birth to 17. In 2022, the number of such deaths increased to 16, up from 11 in 2021, highlighting a significant and alarming trend associated with fentanyl, according to a news release from the Office of Kansas Attorney General Chris Kobach. The report, which analyzes deaths of children from birth to age 17, reflects a broader national crisis, according to the news release. Overall, the report revealed that Kansas recorded 389 child fatalities in 2022, which is an increase of 40 from 349 in 2021, resulting in an overall child death rate of 56.3 deaths per a 100,000 population. More on the day's headlines can be found at our website, newsradiokman.com and themercury.com.
Good morning, I'm Troy Coverdale with your sports headlines. K-State had to overcome several obstacles in its win Saturday in Boulder, including the loss of a number of players in their starting secondary, as well as quarterback Avery Johnson for a brief moment.
Nobody's ruled out, which is good. I don't think many will practice today, but nobody has been ruled out. Probably got better news on a couple of the guys, but probably closer to Wednesday before we know. But I anticipate everybody having a really good shot to play.
The Cats moved to 5-1 on the season with their 31-28 win over the Buffs. They head for Morgantown, West Virginia on Saturday to take on the Mountaineers. Game day coverage will get underway at 2:30 that afternoon with PowerCat Game Day on News Radio KMAN and 101.5 K-Rock. K-State men's basketball received votes in the preseason AP poll for the coming year. Tallying 30 points, the Wildcats were 31st in the nation if you go by the listing. The Cats just missed being part of a field that includes a record 5 slots of the top 10 being held down by Big 12 members, 3 of them in the top 5. Kansas atop the poll, Houston and Iowa State at 4 and 5. Juan Soto put New York ahead in a 3-run third inning. Carlos Rodon got his first postseason win. Yankees over the Guardians in Game 1 of the ALCS, with Game 2 tonight. Francisco Lindor and Mark Vientos homered as the Mets stopped the Dodgers' record-tying postseason scoreless streak with a 7-3 win. That ties the NLCS at a game apiece, with Game 3 tomorrow night in New York. K-State soccer drops a 1-0 decision at home to BYU last evening. Have a great day. I'm Troy Coverdale.